book of Revelation for those that do not know. Wednesday night Bible study. Can you say Sunday school? Can you say home Bible study? Amen. The book of James. When you find it, please stand to your feet for the reading. Thank you, First Lady. Appreciate you. The book of James, locate chapter 2. The book of James, chapter 2. We begin our reading at verse 14. Are you there? Yes. The book of James, chapter 2. If you're not there, say wait. Wait, okay. If not, as always, for sake of time, go ahead and write it down until we get familiar with how to turn the pages to. But at any rate, James chapter 2. Pick up the reading at verse 14. Are you there? Amen. James chapter 2, verse 14 reads, "What do it profit, my brethren, though a man say he has faith and have not works? Can faith save him? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, Depart in peace, be ye warm and filled, notwithstanding give ye them not those things which are needful to the body, what doeth it profit? Even so, faith, if it has not works, is dead, being alone. Yea, a man may say, Thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Thou believest that there is one God. Thou believest well. The devils also believe and tremble. But will thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead? Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? Seest thou how faith wrought his works, and by works was faith made perfect? And the scriptures was fulfilled, which said, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of God. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. Likewise also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works, when she had received the messengers and had sent them out another way? Lastly, for as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. Our third installment in our series of When Life Challenges Our Faith, the series, the third installment is the works of faith. You may be seated. These works of faith. If you are just joining us, here at New Hope, the Holy Spirit led us into this new year studying about faith. In our Wednesday night Bible study, we were in the book of Esther, which is a great example of how faith in action looks. Before this morning, I want you to know our third installment is the works of faith. First Sunday message dealt with the pros and cons of faith. Pros being what we profess, which means before anything happens, we declare. Con being confess, speaks to after God has moved, we can tell how good he was and is. Our second message dealt with the measure of faith, because the Bible declares that we have all been given a measure of faith. And we looked at how in order to increase the measurement of faith, a lot of times trials and tribulation is what serve, Nigel, as our way of exercising, because you can't build strength without stress. Our third installment is the works of faith. Good afternoon. In the book of James, which is where our reading is, we find a very interesting character of the New Testament. The book of James actually comes to us, and it is declared to be what the book of Proverbs is to the Old Testament. The book of James is to the New Testament. That is a book of wisdom and life application. The book of James comes to us knowing that there are 4 men in the New Testament that is known as James. You will have James, the brother of Judas, not the Judas Iscariot, the one who betrayed Jesus. You will have James, the James of Alphaeus. Then you will have James, the brother of John, most notable known as the sons of Zebedee. And this James of this conversation was one who was martyred, being the brother of John. He was killed by Herod. So it brings us to our 4th installment of the name James, which coincidentally carries the same meaning as the Hebrew name Jacob. Hebrew name for James is Jacob. The Greek name for Jacob is James. James. It is James who also carries the distinction of being the half-brother of Jesus the Christ. It is James who is one who would be a leader in the church of Jerusalem after the resurrection of Jesus. It is James who writes to us about faith without works. And I would have you know that it is this James who did not believe in his own brother Jesus until after the resurrection. It is this James who writes to us, who tells us about how faith works. And as we all know, that without the spirit in the body is dead. I would have you understand that faith without works is also dead. You can lay on your couch or in your comfort chair needing a job by faith all you want. You can sit there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and twice on Saturday, with faith in your heart and in your mind, with a remote in one hand and a cool beverage in another, declaring that you have faith to get a job. And come the following Monday morning, you still will find yourself short of employment. Because until you exercise, put feet to faith, and go down to that man's house, or go down to that place of employment, and put your name on the application, you've only exercised faith, but you've done it without works. Because you must know that faith is an action word, just like love. For we already understand, no matter how much someone says they love you, if they don't show you, then all of that is a whole bunch of bumping of gum, talking about what you want to do, as opposed to what you are doing. Our works of faith must be manifested because God sees us, and we know ourselves that many of the people can talk a good game. You see, being from the South, Dallas, Texas, in my neighborhood, if you said you could dunk the basketball, well, we had a playground around the corner. In my neighborhood, if you said you was faster than Bubba, well, there was a time when you and Bubba would have to race in the street. I say all I can say is that we learned earlier that you can say one thing, but life will immediately have you prove your confession, because what you profess is what we hear, but what you confess is what we see. See, faith without works is dead, which means what God says that if you believe me, then show it with your actions. If you believe me, show it with your efforts. Because to know that we believe God can goes to the illustrations that are marquee illustrations in Scripture. And as I said last week, don't be so familiar with the Word of God that you miss out on the marquee examples of what faith looks like, i.e. the 3 Hebrew boys. When they looked Nebuchadnezzar in his eyes, and he said, "Look here, king, we're not careful to answer you. You have told that if anyone hears the music, that this new statue that you built, we ought to bow unto. But we want to serve notice on you, King. We serve the true and living God. And only to him will we bow. So you can blow your horn if you want. But we will not bow. King Nebuchadnezzar said, well, let me give you a reason to think about it. Because if you don't bow, I'm going to have that oven heated up 7 times hotter. Now, you don't bow, you fry. All I got to say, King, know this. Whether or not we bow, let it be understood. That's right. And if you want to throw us in the fire, that's on you. Yeah. But just know that the God that we serve, he is able to deliver us even in the fire. What if he don't? Even if he don't, we will not bow. Yeah. See, we have to see that these men was putting faith to work. Amen. Because did they go to the fire? Yes. They went to the fire. Did they ever get put in the fire? Yes. They got put in the fire. But also the end of the story is that their faith put to work. Yes. Had them in the fire. Yes. And the fire did them no harm. Yes. So for 2017, I want New Hope and all that's here to know that we're on this trek about faith. Because once you build up your faith, you will see that nothing is impossible with God. And what you believe in him for, if the only time you truly have a vision of it is when it's before you, then you are blind to the principles of faith. See, faith says that you are a young computer whiz, and you have taken your idea and have told people that you see a day when there will be a computer in every house. There will be a computer upon the desk of everyone. And to have those at the IBMs and look at you and go, this man has lost his mind. Don't he know that a room this size is not big enough for the computer? Well, they forgot. And what you can ask them now is how you like Gates now. Because Bill Gates told you that there would be a computer, but you didn't have the faith nor the vision. Yeah. But did that stop Gates? No. Did that stop the man who realized that, you know what? If I put some toys with the hamburgers and fries, and if I can get a clown to maybe stand out in front of the store, I'm thinking that maybe we might be able to get more kids in the store. But the other man, his competitor, said, just make a good hamburger. You don't need to have toys and a clown to sell hamburgers. Just make a hamburger and just let it be good, then they'll come. You with all these toys and clowns and stuff to sell hamburgers, that's not necessary. Do you know who that other man was? Nor do I. But I bet you can say McDonald's. Because see, faith and vision and works go hand in hand. Can you imagine the conversation? You, top executive, I come to your office and say, listen, I got an idea. I think that we should bottle water and put it in a fancy colored bottle, put our name on it, and we will be able to sell it, buddy. And you can see that man, this boy done lost his ever-loving mind. Don't he know that earth is 2/3 water? Don't he know that we don't need to put water? Water is free. But how about this? Now that bottled water is a $1 billion industry, don't you wish you had invested? It comes to God. Putting works and faith together, it means that you don't let people tell you what can't happen. When you have heard from God. You don't let people tell you why it hasn't worked when you got a vision from God. Because you got to understand something. The enemy of greatness is being good. You hear people that say, that's good enough. As opposed to turning toward greatness that says, no, we can do more. We can do better. The work of faith says that God, show me how better I can be than I was before. Show me how I can do more for you than I have done before. The works of faith says that God, if you wake me up in the morning, I promise you I'm going to do my best to get up. And if I get up, I promise you I'm going to show up. And If I show out, if I show up, believe me, I'm showing up to show out.